Hello again, everybody. So, gonna be another one of those kind of all over the place videos, it looks like. So, I spent 3 weeks traveling for work, came home for a weekend, and then we went camping for a week. So pretty much for a month I haven't gotten anything done around here. So I've got to get back to getting the truck going. There's something going on with the Grand Cherokee I got to look into. Tons of house projects. Shanna's got to get the camper all cleaned up. And we still got to get refocused back on getting the house ready to go on the market in the spring. Well, summerish. But we're looking the other day, we've got basically 8 months till we plan on putting the house on the market. So kind of knocking that checklist. So today, first thing I'm going to get to is the truck. I got to start it because it hasn't started for about a month. And then I'm going to pull that I-beam off so I can get that to a machine shop this week. Alright, so got the I-beam off, so you can kind of see here. So this is the hole the kingpin goes through, and when you put it in there on this side with the spindle on, it just has some slop in there still, so I'm gonna have to get this machined out and a bushing or something pressed into it to get it to fit right. So gotta call some machine shops to track that down, but that'll be done for today. So now to move back there to the Grand Cherokee. Kid said last week it started kind of making a squealing noise on the right side around 60 miles an hour. So I'm gonna go take it for a test drive and see what's up with it. So yesterday I took the Grand Cherokee for a test drive. Sounds like the belt tensioner might be squealing a little bit, so I ordered one of those. It's Saturday and all the projects I have on the vehicles require parts, some on order, others I gotta wait on. So today's gonna be a housework day. So gotta start getting leaves blown around, cleaning random stuff up, get the curb appeal stuff going to be able to put the house on the market in the spring.
I'm mulching.
Yeah, Shanna's gonna get the leaves mulched. And then in a little bit, if I get to it, I'll show you the little project I'm gonna do with our metal roof. I'm gonna try to clean it, but I'm curious how that's gonna come out. So we'll get to working around here. All right, about to start this project with the roof. So, roof on this house is pretty new. I can't remember what year they said it was, like 2015, 2016-ish, I think. But, so it's not that old metal roof. Roof's fine, but especially under these trees, there's a lot of buildup on it. So, kind of show you, climb up here. So, I'll show you, like this side's not too bad, but over here in front of me, so this side, you can kind of see just has that buildup. So I'm gonna get up here and see what I can do to get all that off and shine it up.
You need me to move my cucumbers? Since
No.
you're leaning
I
on.
didn't even notice I was. Sorry.
So before, after. So it's gonna be time consuming. There's only a couple sections that are like this. Yeah, and it'll look a lot better when I'm done. So, first pass on a little section, but I think I'm actually have to get up on the roof now. So I try to do that as little as possible because I don't trust myself. I tend to do dumb things once in a while, but I'm gonna have to hop up there and get it done. Nope, don't like that. Definitely need different shoes before I do this. Push it up a little bit too. It started to slide when I came up right as I stepped off. So that's how it started. This part looks better. So I'll have to get the extension ladder out to do that part. So that might be a tomorrow thing. So one of the other things I got to get done by spring to put this place on the market is get the flower beds all redone, and I want to get these bushes all kind of dug out of here. So I'm going to start with this one. I've kind of cut it back a little bit before. Got to cut it the rest of the way down, dig it out, and then I'll go around the back and get all the other ones. Yeah, there's one gone. So tomorrow I'll get the rake out and go through that, try to get as many roots out as I can and level it out. But then the idea, we want to get some edging from here all the way down and wrap around the front, then do a mulch bed and flowers by spring. Well, it's Sunday, back out here. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details, but got this bush all out and cleaned up. So looks pretty good, I think. So now the next goal is to get these two out. So while Shanna's mowing, I'm going to start on this. Alright, all the bushes back here are out, so it's at least a clean slate. So now we can do our edging and mulch or whatever we're going to do with it, and Shanna can pick out flowers, get all that going. So, all cleared out. And Shanna approved.
Yep.
Okay, so back to the Grand Cherokee. I said the other day I thought it was the belt tensioner that was making the noise that our son was talking about. The belt tensioner is making noise, but he told us that's not the noise he was referencing. He said it was another noise that only happens at 65, and it's so loud you can't even think straight. So Shannon and I took it for a ride the other day, again. And it took a while, but we finally turned on a country road, got up to 60, 65, and heard the noise. It was insanely loud, and it sounded to me almost like an unbalanced drive shaft. So I had Shanna driving, and I was trying to figure out where it was going down the middle of the vehicle. And she's like, it sounds like it's coming from the sunroof. She was right. So when we bought this thing, the guy that had it had told us, look, the sunroof's been leaking, so the headliner's all mildewy and everything. But his solution was to get black duct tape and tape the perimeter of the sunroof to keep it from leaking, which worked. until now. So at some point, the kid had accidentally hit the button, probably turned the dome light on or something, so it popped the sunroof open and actually undid the tape. Then the visor part of the sunroof was closed and the tape was flapping in the wind, but it didn't make a noise until 60, 65, and then it would make this god-awful noise just flapping and fluttering in the wind. So with Shanna driving, reached up, opened the visor, reached up, as soon as I put my hand on the tape, noise gone. Next problem though was apparently the motor went out. Whenever the motor fighting to break the grip of that tape must have burned up the motor, so now the sunroof's stuck open. So I'm gonna throw the belt tensioner on it. It just came in today. I'm gonna get that put on to take care of that noise. I've already pulled the tape off, so there's not the sunroof noise, but now I gotta get the sunroof closed. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and pull the headliner too, and then we can redo that too and get all the mildew stains and figure out why the drain tubes aren't draining properly. So that'll be the goal for today. Notice there's belt dust. So that belt was coming apart.
The belt that over there? Or?
The belt I just took off. Look. So you can see the rubber from the belt. So this was definitely dragging.
At least it doesn't seem too complicated.
No, this one's easy.
Just a little tighter than what my car is.
You just can't get your hand down here unless you take the shroud off. And it's probably more time to take the shroud off than to just fight the narrow opening.
Yeah.
Oops. Till you drop wrenches. Alright, so the tensioner's on. It was easy enough. Getting that new belt on is always a pain, but it's all together, so one less noise in here. So now to get to this sunroof, bad thing is I gotta take the whole headliner out. So I'm gonna start ripping that out and see how much of a headache this is. Well, headliner is out. About to run out of daylight though. You can see the drains at each corner of this thing. So I'm gonna have to wrap it up for today. But in the morning I'll come out, take all these off, figure out where they actually drain out at, and then pour some water down each one, make sure they're not clogged, see if the clogs are in the collections at the corners or if they're in the hoses or not. And then try to get all that cleared out and see how it goes back together and what I'm going to do with the headliner. But that'll be morning.
And you need to get the sunroof down.
Yeah, and that motor right there, so I got to spec that out. So I'll get that part number in a minute and then look up on eBay if I can track down one of those. So back out here working on the Cherokee. I got the sunroof to come down now. Motor's fried. It's just seized up. But I went and disconnected it so can't accidentally open it back up. And then trying to clean up the headliner a little bit. I don't like the way they did the headliner. Never done a headliner or anything before. Maybe other manufacturers do it the same. But instead of the wiring harness being attached to the ceiling and then the headliner going from there, the entire wiring harness for all the interior stuff is glued to the headliner itself. So you have to pull all of it out together. And then Jeep used these little weird plastic pieces to kind of glue to the headliner to space it off the metal roof. So then of course, a little moisture in there, whatever, in time, heat, all that, those have all came off. So now I got to try to figure out where they were and get those all pieced back together, glued back together so I can put the headliner back in. So that's going to suck. And she's all back together. So everything's all back together, ready to go. Sunroof's closed now. Not 100% confident in the long-term leaking. I did find a beetle stuck in one of the 4 drain lines though. So I got that all cleared out, so hopefully that's enough. Got all the duct tape off there, got a blade, started scraping some of it off. But I'm gonna have to scrape more of the duct tape residue, get that all off there, and then I might get some clear silicone and just silicone that thing shut, just to keep any more leaks out of it for now. Is what it is. But that's gonna wrap this project up, gonna wrap this video up. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you guys next week.